From making millions in a day to his early morning snooze that may have saved his life, and his unexpected journey into law enforcement, these are the top 10 things you didn't know about Shaq.
Hey, back it out west, slang it out west, go metallic knife, I can shake it out west.
It might sound unbelievable, but back in the year 1994, the basketball legend known as Shaq, yes, the one and only Shaq, took a bold step into the world of video games with a fighting game called Shak Fu. He had high hopes of becoming a sensation in the gaming universe, but what unfolded was nothing short of a catastrophe. To put it mildly, critics were less than impressed, with many figuratively hurling tomatoes at the game, resulting in an abysmal rating of just 2.9 out of 10. The public's disdain for Shak Fu reached such extremes that one individual went to the lengths of creating a website just dedicated to eradicating every existing copy of the game on Earth. Can you believe that? This monumental failure in the gaming realm left no room for doubt. Shaq might have been better off pursuing other endeavors, as Shak Fu undeniably etched its name in the annals of legendary flops. Shaq's dedication to law enforcement extended to his roles as a deputy sheriff in Georgia and Florida. Shaquille O'Neal, the towering NBA legend, had an enduring respect for law enforcement rooted in his family history, with two of his uncles serving as police officers. While his childhood dream of donning the police uniform took a detour through his illustrious basketball career, Shaq didn't let go of that aspiration. After his hoop days, he made it happen, becoming a deputy sheriff in both Georgia and Florida. He split his time between Atlanta, where he worked for TNT, and his colossal 70,000 square foot mansion in Orlando, openly sharing his intentions to run for sheriff in one of those counties once his TNT career concluded. If you're eager to see Shaq in a police uniform sooner, well, just tune into Grown Ups, where he plays a cop alongside Adam Sandler. Shaq's commitment to law and order extends from the basketball court to real-life policing, making him a larger-than-life figure in more ways than one. Remarkably, Shaq earned a unique distinction in the early days of social media. You won't believe this, but Shaq was actually the very first person to get that fancy blue checkmark on social media way back in 2008. You see, some sneaky folks were pretending to be Shaq on Twitter, even trying to scam people using his name. So, to clear things up, Shaq created his legit account with the username The Real Shaq. That helped, but still, some fake Shaq accounts were fooling folks. Then in June 2009, Twitter had a genius idea. They gave Shaq the very first blue checkmark in the history of social media. This move didn't just make Shaq feel special, it changed the whole social media game. Shaq, the man himself, became a game changer. Ultimately, this story takes a heartwarming turn, revealing how family ties were rekindled, leading to a heartwarming family reunion in the end. Hey, did you know about the backstory of Shaq's song Biological Didn't Bother from his second album? Well, it's quite a tale. The song serves as a tribute to Sergeant Philip Harrison, the man who played a fatherly role in Shaq's life, raising him. But here's where it gets interesting. It also serves as a subtle way for young Shaq to express his feelings about his biological father, James Toney. You see, Shaq's biological dad had some tough times involving drugs, which led to him being incarcerated when Shaq was just a baby. Surprisingly, after his release, he didn't immediately reconnect with Shaq. In fact, they didn't cross paths until Shaq was a grown 44-year-old man. But in 2016, they managed to mend their relationship and had a meetup at a restaurant coincidentally named Shaq's Place in Eden. Isn't that quite the coincidence? Shaq forgave his dad, letting go of any grudges he may have held. While they may not spend all their time together, they do catch up on the phone now and then. Plus, Tony, Shaq's dad, had the chance to meet his grandkids. So in the end, it's a story of family reunion and forgiveness that warms the heart. Interestingly, his exceptional height as a child is not the only thing that catches our attention. You won't believe this incredible fact. Shaq, the basketball legend, was already a giant at the tender age of 10, standing tall at a staggering 6 feet 4 inches. Can you imagine? That's not your average kid. That's practically a full-grown man in a kid's body. It's mind-boggling how he must have stood out in the crowd even as a youngster. And speaking of things that stand out, there's this intriguing Twitter cousin you've shared, which must be quite something if it caught your attention. It's amazing how the digital world connects us in all sorts of unique and unexpected ways. Shaq's height as a kid and this Twitter cousin sure remind us that there's always something bigger and more astonishing out there than we can even imagine. Surprisingly, Shaq's financial fortune changed dramatically when he was selected as the #1 overall pick in 1992. Guess what? Shaq's family didn't have a ton of cash when he was a kid, but everything changed when he got drafted as the #1 overall pick. Back in 1992, as a rookie, Shaq was making a cool $3 million before the tax man took his bite. Now, get this, he managed to blow nearly half of that money within just 24 hours. As soon as that paycheck landed in his account, he zoomed over to a Mercedes dealership and dropped $150,000 on a fancy black Mercedes with some flashy rims. When he got back home, his dad was like, "Hey, where's mine?" So Shaq and his dad, Sarge Harrison, headed right back to the dealership and rolled home with a matching Mercedes. And that's not all. He even made a call to his mom for some shopping and got some new clothes, electronics, and gifts. But then the bank gave him a wake-up call, saying he was $80,000 in debt after just one day of spending. That hit him hard, and that's when Shaq decided it was time to get serious about managing his money. Consequently, their collaboration on the track Can't Stop the Rain marked the beginning of a unique friendship between Shaq and Biggie. Check this out. Shaq was actually supposed to be in the car with the legendary Notorious B.I.G. on that tragic night when Biggie got killed back in 1997. It all started when Shaq and Biggie, the hip-hop icon, became fast friends, even teaming up to create a track called Can't Stop the Rain, which marked the beginning of their special bond. Then on March 8, 1997, just a couple days after Shaq's birthday, Biggie had plans for a grand party and invited Shaq to join in on the night filled with music, girls, and celebration. Shaq was totally on board, ready to have a blast, but he unintentionally dozed off just hours before the party was set to begin, possibly altering the course of his life. Can you believe it? He was all dressed up and geared up for a night out, but sleep took over instead. It was 4 in the morning when his mom abruptly woke him up with shocking news. "Did you make it to the party?" she inquired. Shaq, still groggy, responded with confusion. "What party?" That's when she delivered the devastating news. Biggie, Shaq's dear friend, had been shot. It was a heartbreaking day for everyone involved, and you can't help but empathize with Shaq's roller coaster of emotions. Life indeed throws some unexpected twists, just like the peculiar story of Shaq's sharpshooting cousin we previously mentioned. Furthermore, Shaq's success continued with Shak Fu, the return, cementing his reputation in the rap world. During the 90s, many NBA players harbored dreams of becoming rap stars, but there was one standout, Shaq. While stars like Chris Webber and Kobe tried their hand at rapping, but didn't quite reach the same level of success, Shaq took the music scene by storm. His very first album, Shaq Diesel, became a massive hit, achieving platinum status and selling over 1 million copies. Chart toppers like What's Up, Doc, Can We Rock, and I Got Skills had everyone grooving. Despite selling more than 2 million records across 4 albums, Shaq's earnings from these ventures amounted to less than $100,000. This stark reality sheds light on the exploitation of young talent by record labels. It's clear that Shaq showcased his prowess not only on the basketball court, but also as a formidable force in the rap game. Moreover, Shaq's role in Blue Chips led to a meaningful encounter that changed the course of NBA history. Blue Chips isn't just a great basketball movie, it's legendary, featuring three-time Oscar nominee Nick Nolte as a college hoops coach on a mission to recruit top talent. This film stars Shaq as Neon Bordeaux and Penny Hardaway as Butch McRae. What makes it even more special is that they brought in actual basketball icons like Larry Bird and Kevin Garnett for some hoops magic. What's the main point? Shaq was the first #1 pick in the NBA to be cast in a movie. It was on set that he met Penny Hardaway, who he thought was an actor at first, but soon realized that Penny was the real deal with his amazing basketball skills. Their friendship blossomed, leading Shaq to persuade Orlando's management to draft Penny, making dreams come true and taking them to the NBA Finals in 1995. Blue Chips is not just a film, it's a slam dunk story of basketball and friendship. Were you amazed to learn that Shaq was already a giant, standing at 6 feet 4 inches at the age of 10? How do you think his exceptional height as a child influences basketball career and life in general? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Tap the bell icon to turn on notifications to stay updated with all our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.